By the way, I'm getting breaking news, a breaking news alert that Tipster has dropped a content nuke on Bowblax.
On his main channel, just so tippy, yeah.
On his main channel. Oops.
It won't show. Oh, there it is right there. It's third.
Oh. There we go. All right.
It's about time. It's 40 minutes, by the way.
41 minutes. I don't know if I'll watch all this right now. Well, let's just flip through it and just see what is going on here. 42 minutes.
Finally, now, the Bowblax bully stream.
This is so funny to me because last night Nick Diorio was live and Tipster's in the chat, and I came in the chat. I was like, Tipster, please make a content nuke on Bowblax. I was just like posting, right?
Yeah.
And Tipster was like, what would I even say that has been said already? That he's like a fucking dipshit lying retard or whatever.
Yeah.
So he kind of owned me, right?
Yeah,
he's just like
you.
What's the point?
Yeah.
But now he's made it anyway. So this is Tipster's content nuke. I don't know what we're expecting here. I don't even know if I'm going to watch this full thing, but
going into a blind. Let's see what it is.
All right, chat. I want to talk about something with you that I've been kind of hesitant to talk about up to this point.
24 hours ago, he told me this was never going to happen.
It's about time I said my piece on Bowblax is the title, by the way.
Okay.
Point, to be completely honest. I really felt like I didn't have a whole lot to say in regards to this particular situation. But having said that, I've admittedly gotten a little bit frustrated. And as a result, I feel the need to say something, just kind of vent my frustrations. What exactly am I talking about? I'm talking about Bowblax, chat.
Oh.
Whoa.
Excuse me. Now, I want to preface this by saying, if you're expecting this to be a Bowblax bully stream, it's not going to be that. If you're expecting me to shame him for coming out as non-binary or doing sex work, it's not about that. I'm not doing any of those things.
Boo.
That's what we want. Tipster, come on, man.
I'm fucking frustrated with Bowblax right now because I have shown this guy a lot of grace considering how much of an asshole he has been to me over the course of the past couple of years.
Dude.
I've shown this guy a lot of grace behind the scenes, and in response, he's just kind of been an asshole, and it seems like he really hasn't changed all that much. If you're not familiar with the Bowblax drama, I'm gonna try to summarize it as best as I possibly can. Basically, sometime around last summer, Bowblax got outed for basically lying about having BPD. It was discovered through that he was dishonest with a lot of people about a lot of things. Apparently, at some point, he had recorded somebody without their knowledge and planned on doing this like big expose stream on them, and that didn't really work out.
Lyrics also not named.
But the long and short was,
Lyrics getting cucked so much.
Medicare didn't name him. Tipster didn't name him.
Dude.
A lot of people had realized that Bowblax wasn't super honest with them about a lot of things. In fact, one of the things that they realized that Bowblax wasn't honest to them about involved me. Bowblax, when I left to the commentary community, was one of the last commentary creators that I still had a friendly relationship with. And basically, Bowblax and I had a conversation with one of my friends known as Keffels at the time. And it was a good conversation. You know, it started...
Okay, Smaggle.
Wow.
Okay, bro.
A little bit hostile, but I thought it was a good conversation at the time. Essentially, I was trying to be like a mediator for the two of them to try and resolve some issue they had together. At the end of the conversation, it seemed like things went well, both publicly and privately. Everybody who left that conversation feeling pretty happy. But a lot of people, whether it was like the viewers in the commentary space or other creators in the commentary space, they saw that as a backstab of me towards Bowblax, that I backstabbed Bowblax in some way. And I remember being like super fucking like weirded out by that. Like how? Like I don't understand. How did I backstab Bowblax? And even went as far as me reaching out to Bowblax.
Tipster, we don't care about the narrative. We were just shitting on you.
Wow.
You were just the asshole of the month.
We were just lying for fun.
I don't...
If he wants the only girl on Bobby, he needs to drop the Tipster bin bag.
You know what? Let's just be honest. The time had come for the end of Tipster. It's just...
It was Tipster sucks no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't fucking even matter if you backstabbed him or not. We were just going to run the narrative anyway.
The Cabal decided to...
Yeah, it was time for you to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my throat's a little bit irritated. I apologize for the constant clearing of the throat, coughing, stuff like that. But I even reached out to Bowblax and I was like, hey, bro, like everybody seems like really upset with me about this. They seem to think that I backstabbed you or something like that. And, you know, I'm really sorry if it came off that way. You know, I apologize. And he assured me like, no, you know, I'm really happy with the outcome of that conversation. And, you know, I think it went really well. And no, I think we're good. So privately, he's telling me that, but publicly, he's allowing people to continue to, you know, basically shit on me for backstabbing him, and eventually even going as far as to basically play into that, like, yeah, he backstabbed me sort of thing, right? So being super dishonest about the whole situation. Now, a lot of the commentary people, the audience and the other creators, they didn't know about the back end conversations that were happening at the time. But when this whole Bowblax being exposed for being dishonest arc happened, I decided to speak out because I had kind of gotten a little bit frustrated of like letting a lot of people, say things about me that were not entirely honest. Like, just to be clear, like, I'm not necessarily saying that I've never done anything that's worthy of criticism. I've said and done a lot of stupid shit in the past, some of which we'll touch on today.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Some of which are worthy of valid criticism. Okay, I've said and done a lot of stupid shit.
Some?
Only some.
Let's be honest here, Tipster. I mean,
Shit in the past. But, there have been examples of people either saying that I've done things that either weren't true or they were dishonestly representing something I said, et cetera, et cetera. And one of the main culprits of this is fucking Bowblax, okay?
Oh shit,
Like,
that was the rage there.
dude.
One of the main culprits is fucking Bowblax.
Situation about how I backstabbed him and shit like that. So I kind of got frustrated with that and I spoke out against it. And so now a lot of people who were very critical of me of that particular situation, they're kind of looking at the situation a little bit differently. And they're starting to realize, oh shit, we were kind of lied to by Bowblax. That was another example of Bowblax.
Wait, this is just copy pasting Edwin. Remember when Edwin put out a video where he was like, how Bowblax turned, like Jewishly turned everyone against me or whatever, right?
Yeah, he did.
This is just, I like how all the commentary rejects are like, it was Bowblax who crafted the narrative against me and fucking sold me down the river.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Bowblax being dishonest to us. So eventually there was this whole thing about Bowblax, coming out as non-binary. He was a little bit dishonest with the way he came out, claiming that like Nicholas DiOrio outed him against his will, which wasn't true. It was very clearly an attempt to play a victim card, which didn't work because everybody knew it wasn't true.
I can't believe DiOrio wants to meet Kinetic Kel, Tipster, and Mr. Manch at VidCon. Hashtag freak off.
That's actually true. Yeah.
That'd be a great tree out of me.
Yeah. Ooh.
I've had my own run-ins with Nicholas DiOrio. We have our differences and stuff like that. I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm the biggest fan of Nicholas DiOrio, but even I had to come out and be like, bro, that's not true. He didn't out you. That's a lie, right? But there was that situation. Eventually, later on, people found out that he was doing sex work, under his non-binary identity, which I'm not going to shit on him for. That's fine. I'm a very sex-positive person. If he wants to do,
Sex positive. I'm a very sex negative person.
Just goes full circle and I am tired of your soy bullshit. I am saying the slurs now. Oh, and Tana can't wait for your next live show cause I am visiting.
Oh my gosh.
Ethan just goes
saying it. It's like, okay.
Yo.
OnlyFans and stuff like that. That's cool. Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, Tipster saying he's not the biggest fan of Nick. Little fork in the chat. Tipster's his biggest fan. Dude, I see Tipster in the chat every Nick stream now.
He interacts with all his tweets and all his,
I do like this video though because I hope this is like Tipster's return to drama.
Well, it's like the first video of Tipsters to show up when you actually type his name in like fucking a year.
Right, yeah.
It actually showed up at the top.
And I mean, 132 views in the first, how long has this video been out?
Like
30 minutes?
That's not bad for a channel. I don't
30
think.
minutes?
Probably really like 300 views.
We can build that back up, I think it can happen.
And obviously, as somebody who's a progressive, I don't have any issues with him being non-binary. I'm very much in support of that. Fine. But what's kind of frustrating is it seems like after all of this, after being outed for being dishonest and stuff like that, he still hasn't really learned his lesson. And he's still being just as dishonest as he ever was. He's still being just as shitty as he ever was. There's this whole thing about like him being upset that people won't accept him under his new queer identity. But then turning around and like continuing to like shit on other people for like their queer identities and stuff. It's really fucked up shit. And it's a clear indication that he hasn't fucking learned anything. He just hasn't. All right. And that's kind of why I wanted to chime in on this. So I want to take a look at some recent Bowblax tweets. Let's take a look at them. He says, I feel like I came out as non-binary at the worst time in the worst way. Happened during a mental health crisis. Gender diversity discourse online is the most volatile it's ever been. And my gender expression seems to be the least accepted. Feminine type with body hair. Fuck. By the way, feminine with body.
Fuck.
It sounded like he was like getting horny at the thought of that for a
The
second.
returning to drama is either going to be the worst or most mediocre thing the scene has seen in the last 6 months.
I like
the worst or most mediocre.
I like those two options. It's so true though, right?
Yeah.
He either has like a giant Tipster like re-enters the locale giant meltdown arc, or nothing happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
/.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I like how Tipster sounded like he was like moaning there. He was like feminine with body hair. Fuck.
Oh yes. He's just like Tipster's like nutting to it.
Holy shit.
Deadass Augie, when are we trading Bobby for Tippy?
Bovie for Tippy.
Neither.
Why?
Just why?
Facial hair is the end goal. I look 100% male right now. Another reason why I should have stayed closeted for longer. Now, he's not wrong about this. Now is a very tough time to come out. Especially, under, a trans identity like non-binary.
Is now a particularly, I guess because Trump is declared
Mr.
TTD.
Trump is, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Especially one that's less understood, like the one he's describing here. It is a very tough time to come out as trans at the moment. So I have a lot of empathy with him in that regard. Obviously, the Overton window has really shifted towards the right in terms of a lot of their views on trans issues. And yeah, it's tough out there, especially on Twitter. Like, if you see any of the discourse regarding trans issues.
Didn't Tipster quit Twitter? But then came back?
Yeah, he quit Twitter. He was like, I'm done endorsing X.
He was like, I am a blue sky kind of guy.
I think he broke his record for like longest deactivation, though. I think it was like 11 days.
Damn. Okay.
That's his record.
On Twitter right now, it's rough. It's really fucking rough. So I agree. This is a tough time to come out as non-binary, right? He also went on to tweet something like this. Obviously, a lot of trans people are really concerned about a lot of the executive orders being passed by Donald Trump right now in regards to, gender affirming care and things of that nature, taking away the rights of trans people or trying to. And he quote tweets somebody expressing their concerns with that. And he says, Trump just put all trans people in the pool and remove the ladder like he was playing The Sims. What the fuck? He's so unhinged right now.
What?
His political commentary is just terrible.
Trump would just put all the trans people in the pool and remove the ladder like he's playing The Sims. What the fuck? He's unhinged. Okay.
Now, Bowblax, interestingly,
did The Sims groom him? Remember, The Sims is how he learned about how gay people exist.
It definitely did.
Yeah.
Before Bowblax came out as trans themselves or non-binary, they've always been a pretty progressive person, to be fair. Like, there was a lot of shit they got from more right-leaning people or like anti-woke people not too long ago. I want to say it was before the summer of last year. They put out a tweet about, basically a tweet in support of non-binary people. And a lot of people kind of trolled them for it. So they've always had like mostly progressive views. But having said that, they've also leaned into a lot of like, queer-phobic stereotypes, a lot of queer-phobic jokes and stuff like that. I wouldn't go as far as to say that Bowblax is somebody who is queer-phobic in nature, but they definitely leaned into a lot of that stuff, whether it was to fit in or I don't know what the reason was, but they definitely leaned into a lot of that stuff, right? I mean, for fuck's sakes, they did, where's their channel?
So you can't make jokes and support gay people at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, I think really what he's referencing is the Animal J. Smith shit, because like I said, I bullied the fuck out of him in that stream, and so did Bowblax. Well, it's like, this guy's a fucking...
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking about just me being on being a co-host in After Hours or whatever, right?
Well, also Bowblax making fun of Tipster for being pansexual.
Okay.
All that.
Yeah.
That's all Bowblax.
They did live streams and videos on me for well over a year where they would do things like...
Tipster calling out someone for doing stuff just to fit in.
That's his entire personality.
Wow. Dude.
Like, shit on my own queer identity, being pansexual or whatever. They would shit on my support of queer people. They would shit on my support of, trans people, basically call me a grifter, say that I was only, supporting trans people to be a chaser and get close to trans women and be a creep and stuff like that. Like, just really horrible fucking shit. They attacked
Wow.
An LGBTQ charity simply because I retweeted them. Like, they did a lot of horrible things in regards to, like, statements they made against, like, queer allies and queer communities in the past. So, like, it's just really interesting to see, like, now they're out as, non-binary, and they expect everybody to just forget about all that stuff, right? They expect everybody to just forget about that. They don't have to take any accountability for any of that stuff. I'm, queer, and I live this lifestyle now, and you just have to welcome me with open arms. And here's the thing, like, I'm obviously not going to question their queer identity.
I thought he was about to say, here's the thing, I don't welcome you with open arms. Go dark woke. Tipster dark woke.
That would be awesome.
I'm supportive of their expression of their queer identity. I'm all in favor of all of those things, right? But you can't just do all those shitty things to members of queer communities or queer allies and expect people to just forget about it and be like, water under the bridge. Come on in, buddy. We welcome you with open arms. Like, no, it doesn't fucking happen that way. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. So I chimed in with this. This is why people who are extremely vocal in support of the rights of trans people are as vocal as they are. We knew trans rights would be the primary target of conservatives if they got back into office, and we were right. You might have understood that better if you actually had a conversation with me about it, rather than doing dozens of, quote, bully streams about me, where you repeatedly mocked my trans advocacy, made claims that I was a chaser, and attacked an LGBTQ plus charity simply because I retweeted it. But hey, at least you get it now, right? Like, it's insane. It's utter insanity to have that in your past and expect everybody to just forget it because, like, you're non-binary.
I like how Bowblax's, like, new grift has now placed himself in a lower social position than Tipster, where now Tipster can accurately lecture him. You know what I mean? And Bowblax has to like take it up the ass and listen. You know, shut up and listen.
Yeah, shut up and listen, and he's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Before, Bowblax was like the top A-log. Bowblax was the #1 I cover Tipster guy. I bully this fat, pathetic piece of shit. Now, Tipster is in a position where he can lecture Bowblax.
Yeah.
Nick to give you the AI Tipster voice for TTS.
AI Tipster for TTS? I'd fucking love that,
Yeah,
dude.
well, another thing about Bowblax, and I think this is part of his identity too, and part of his whole like weird fetish, emo fetish and stuff, is that I do think he genuinely does think that he can just move past it. I think he thinks that when he defines himself as Joshy and Mr. Mismanchi and wears the dress and is like this weird new like obvious fetish freak now that he is, he's a new person.
Right.
This is a new person and his past is separate from him.
Yeah.
I think that's also part of it for him. So he actually genuinely does think, well, now I'm this. And then the rest of it just doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
And that's how everyone else somehow sees it. Because he's so self-obsessed, he thinks also everyone else sees it that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Binary now. Okay, cool. We accept you that you're non-binary. Awesome. But don't you think you have to take some accountability for that shit first? Don't you think you owe some of these people in these communities an apology for that kind of behavior or something? You just expect them to just, it never happened. It's in the past. No, it doesn't fucking work that way, dude. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but no, it doesn't fucking work that way. And then, this is where things really piss me off to the point where I'm like, I want to say something about this, okay? I'm not going to do like a big content nuke Bowblax or a big breakdown of everything that Bowblax has ever done wrong.
Come on. The bully streams. You're so close. You don't want to like go all the way, right? You can't just be like, let's just shit on Bowblax, right? It has to be, let me lecture Bowblax and talk him down or something.
Yes.
I don't know. It's like, come on, dude. How about we hate him?
I will tweet it on my main Twitter accounts. You should tweet it on your main.
Yes.
If he makes a Bowblax content nuke, we'll promote it.
Yes.
We'll AstroTurf, the Cabal. We'll send it to the Cabal group chat.
The Cabal will allow it.
We'll all promote it. I'm just kidding.
Dude, I like how this is only happening too because I typed in its chat and
yeah.
As a non-binary person, the name man she kills.
Yeah, Manchi. It's so fucking weird.
Shill to hell. Yeah, we'll shill the absolute hell out of it.
Yes.
Everywhere we go, we'll promote it. I'm just kidding.
Wrong. I just want to go kind of off the cuff and vent my own frustrations with Bowblax, okay? Because of this interaction. So I tweeted out, this was a joke tweet, okay? Did I unintentionally inspire everyone to use this excuse when they get into drama? I genuinely wanted to stop drama content and do other things I enjoyed. But every time one of these people finds themselves in some shit, they play this card. Bowblax, Muda, and now Destiny. Now, this was in regards to Destiny on his subreddit, posting his response to a lot of the shit that he recently got into. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I got a video of that on my channel. But as one of the things in his response, he says, I've been trying to move away from covering drama content as it has had an increasingly negative impact on those in my life. And we've seen numerous creators who cover drama and end up in drama themselves. They come out like with this response, right? Some people pointed out that I forgot to point out Moist Critical. Bowblax was one of these people. Mudahar was one of these people. And now Destiny. Now, do I really believe that I inspired these people to use this excuse in their responses? No, I don't. This tweet was clearly meant to be a fucking joke about this like pathetic excuse of like, oh, I don't want to do drama anymore. It was beneficial to me before, back when I was a drama creator, but now that I'm the target of drama, it's not beneficial anymore, so I don't want to fucking do it anymore. But no, I don't actually believe that I inspired people to use this fucking excuse, okay? Get a fucking clue. But Bowblax decide.
He's like, fuck you.
Fuck all. You get a clue.
Dark tipster, dude. Holy shit.
Oh, man. We're getting closer to that energy that I want.
It's to respond with this. Laughing my ass off. You never quit drama either until you started accidentally defending Lolly and everyone stopped watching your shit. I have a little bit more to elaborate on this part of it.
Oh my God. We're actually going to see some shit here. Okay, so this is like a total cow fight, right?
Yeah.
This is just a total
This is just a fucking gun fight.
They both like have equal like points against each other, but they're both like retards.
Yeah.
It's just two retards fighting.
Yep.
That really fucking pisses me off. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Now you're back to tweeting about drama after everyone got bored of clowning on you. Pathetic. Also, I'm not quitting drama content. I've never said that. Also, never said I'm above drama content. Only that I haven't watched majority of videos about me. And then I don't watch much drama content in general. Drama is a fun genre of content to create, but I prefer to watch gaming videos in my free time. Okay. Now, why did this statement piss me off so much? Why did this frustrate me so much? And I'm like, you know what? I want to talk about this now. Okay. I mentioned this earlier. And let me actually bring this back up. Let me bring this back up real quick. I mentioned earlier, he had this YouTube channel where he would repeatedly talk about me constantly on live streams and in videos. Many of the statements that he would say in those videos, in these bully streams, were criticizing my support of progressive causes like queer issues, okay? I mean, let's just go through the video section, count how many videos we can find about me. 1, 2, where else? 3, 4. This one specifically mocking me for being, coming out as pansexual.
Wow.
Holy shit.
5. 6.
This one, 6.
This one
7.
mocking me for supporting a LGBTQ charity. Same with this one. 7, 8, 9. You get the point. It's just on and on and on. And keep in mind, this is just the videos. There are live streams too. Tons and tons of live streams where for well over a year, he constantly obsessed about me, insinuated that I was some creepy chaser who was just trying to grift on progressive causes to get close to trans women and be a creep to them, right? There's shorts on this shit too. Short videos where he would talk about this shit too.
Even shorts. Wow.
Every aspect of his channel is dedicated to bullying Tipster.
It was nonstop. It was fucking constant. This guy was a complete and utter fucking asshole to me. All right?
Holy
There's
shit.
no other way to put it. He was a fucking massive fucking dick. All right? Yet somehow, some way, I found it in my heart when he came out as non-binary. I I know what it's like on social media today, what it's like to come out, okay? I see a lot of my friends in queer spaces.
What the hell?
Yo, what?
Come out on social media, and I see how much they get shit on for it. I see, like obviously my own experience with that, and it's not fun, okay? It's not a fun experience to have. So despite how much of a piece of shit this guy was to me, I reached out to him, and I just wanted to have a chat with him. Like, look, I know how hard it is to come out in this current social media climate, but despite our differences, I support you, coming out as non-binary. We had a brief chat about that and a bunch of other things. And I was nice to the guy. I made it very clear. The boundaries were very clear that we're not friends or anything, but I just wanted to reach out and make sure you're doing okay. And we had a really nice chat. That was one of multiple very nice chats that we had where I was supportive of the guy. We talked about his thoughts on things, his thoughts on his gender identity. Obviously I'm not going to leak anything.
Can I talk about myself with you, Tipster? Can I please talk about myself more?
Dude. What?
Fucking loser.
Super private.
Imagine Bowblax talk. Yeah, super private.
Despite
imagine Bowblax talking about his personal sexuality, thoughts on his sexuality, thoughts on coming out, thoughts on his mental health crisis with Tipster, sharing this conversation with Tipster, a guy that he's been obsessively A-logging for a year. It makes no sense. Like, what the fuck is going on? How are these two people interacting? I know Tipster's saying, I made it clear we weren't friends. This sounds like a very friendly conversation.
Well, Bowblax is probably deluded into it because, again, he is so self-obsessed. Any opportunity he can talk about himself, he's going to take.
Yeah.
So when Tipster's like, can you tell me about yourself? He's like, you're my best friend now. This is all I've ever wanted to talk about is me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh.
Like how much of a piece of shit I think he is, I'm not going to go out and air out all of his private business, okay? But my point is, I was very supportive of this guy despite how much of a piece of shit.
It's just, to me, it's just so weird that these two people would be talking this closely, right? After a year of A-logging from one guy to the other.
Yeah.
It's just okay.
He was to me. There was even one call where I want to say it was an hour or two of me just.
I think internet friends are like all either of these people have, Well, Bowblax has IRL queer friends.
Yeah, the ones that dressed him up.
The support of my IRL queer community friends. And, Tipster has his, the guy at the Menudo restaurant.
Oh, yeah. He says hi to every morning when he buys Menudo.
Letting him vent his frustrations about everything to me. And some of them I was sympathetic to. Other things he was venting his frustration about, I was just kind of like, well, you kind of got yourself into that situation. So, it is what it is. But I gave this guy an ear to hear. I was supportive of, his.
What happened to Tipster's cross?
Oh, yeah. He disavowed God.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in Sky Daddy anymore, I believe, as he puts it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
L. Total L.
Own exploration of his queer identity. And I was nice to the dude. I had no obligation whatsoever to be nice to someone who had been such a piece of shit to me. And then he goes and does this the moment I make a fucking joke, a literal fucking joke about, did I inspire everybody to do the I'm too good for drama now thing? Like, come on. And let me tell you, this part right here pissed me off the most. The bringing up defending Lolly thing. Why did that piss me off the most?
Whoa, Is it really Lolly? Is this image really Lolly?
Oh, shit. What's Tipster going to say?
During some of those conversations that we had in private, we talked about this. Bowblax was like, hey, dude, what was up with the whole Lolly thing, the whole defending people involved in Lolly controversies thing? And without getting into the specifics of the conversation, essentially I told him, look, I was a little bit, tunnel visioned. I got really frustrated with this whole pedo jacketing thing that was going on in online spaces where people were pedo jacketing people over the most mundane shit. Just to give you guys an example, there was a situation where some 18-year-old teenager was dating some 16-year-old teenager, and people were trying to cancel him for being a pedophile because he was an 18-year-old dating a 16-year-old. I'm sorry, that's not pedophilia, okay? If you think that's pedophilia, you're fucking stupid, all right? That's not fucking pedophilia.
I mean, yeah, I agree, obviously, but why are you getting so emotionally attached to this whole thing, right? You're like, I just get really mad when these are... I mean, I agree it's stupid, but why... I mean, and also, what does this have to do with Lolly? That's a separate discussion. You're talking about age gap discourse. We're talking about LollyCon. What's the correlation here?
Right.
But I got so tired of these ridiculous arguments trying to pedo jacket people that I got so tunnel vision about this shit that admittedly I jumped on some landmines that I didn't need to do. In hindsight, I can admit it was really fucking stupid, but having said that, I didn't have to do that shit. And
I think it had more to do with it was Vosh, and you just wanted to defend the guy that's in your friend circle, right?
Yeah.
Or your clout circle.
Yeah, in his clout circle, and also, I mean, he probably bought into the Vosh bullshit of it's all out of context. It's
right, he's just repeating, because Tipster just repeats the talking points that are given to him, no matter what community he is in. When he's in commentary, repeat Nick DiOrio. When he's in left bread tube spear, repeat Keffels or Vosh. You know what I mean? Tipster is just a regurgitator of information, right? Yeah. So I feel like that's really what the situation is. You know, it's just Tipster just regurgitate anything, even if it's Lolly defense.
He'll just repeat it.
And if you're not familiar with the situation, maybe you're new to my audience, so you're not familiar with these things. There's a few situations that people are hypercritical of me in regards to, quote, defending Lolly. Never mind the fact that I never actually defended Lolly. I've been very outspoken against Lolly, but people have misrepresented me making some admittedly stupid arguments and turned that into Tipster was defending Lolly rather than Tipster was defending people and inserting himself into situations that he didn't necessarily need to insert himself into. In hindsight, I was really fucking stupid, and I can own that. I can take those L's. But to elaborate a little bit further on those specific situations, the first one was a situation where a friend of mine accidentally liked an image on social media that a lot of people interpreted to be Lolly, and I defended that person because they were a friend of mine. I cared a lot about them, and that's why I defended them. Now, granted, obviously in hindsight, I didn't need to insert myself into that situation. Pretty sure they probably could have handled the situation just fine themselves. I shouldn't have inserted myself into the situation. Even more so in hindsight, I shouldn't have defended them at all because the moment they got the opportunity to stab me in the back, they fucking did it. Okay,
Holy
they
shit.
literally turned on me the moment they thought it was beneficial to them.
Is that Rum? Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah, that's Rum. Rum was like, the fuck Tipster. As soon as Tipster became a locale, Rum was like, yep, he's a locale.
Did you guys know that Tipster is pansexual and that he supported Bowblax when they came out despite them being a prat, or is he gonna say it again?
Tipster's a big heart, man.
How many times will he say it?
Tipster's a big heart, dude. Yeah, I was gonna say something. I don't even know what the fuck is going on here.
Oh yeah, describing the first
oh yeah, Rum. Yeah, Rum turned on him or whatever. Yeah. Tipster needs to take a page of Ethan Ralph's book. Trust no bitch.
Oh my god.
Trust no bitch. Okay.
Doesn't even make sense because it didn't end up benefiting them at all in the long run. And by the way,
Tipster has Rum blocked on Blue Sky. Yeah, he has me blocked on Blue Sky. I don't know what I did wrong other than this stream. This is not even a mean stream. Okay.
This is
I'm just
nice.
watching. This is my real raw reaction to the sort of content nuke. This is more like a content chub.
Yeah, it's content.
This is like content chub.
The content faulty grenade. That's what it is, where he threw something out there a little bit.
Content half chub.
I'm not going to name this person because I don't want to give them any fucking juice. But if by any chance they happen to be seeing this, I saw your fucking quote tweet or your little cope tweet when I mentioned you in my debate with Bowblax, where you're like, well, he didn't seem to mind me turning on him in the moment when I told him I was going to do it. There's a big difference between reaching out to someone and telling them, hey, I'm really tired of me doing my streams and people asking me about drama involving you in my streams. So I'm going to publicly distance myself from you just so I don't get asked about it anymore. But in private, we're still cool and we're still friends. And then you go and turn around and start talking shit about me and fucking hit piece videos about me. There's a big fucking difference between that and, hey, I'm okay if you, publicly distance me from me or whatever. Like, do whatever you got to do for yourself. Like, there's a big fucking difference between that, okay? Let's be fucking real, all right?
Is that Rum? Who is he calling out?
Yeah, he's calling out Rum.
Whoa. Okay.
He just went crazy on Rum there.
Damn. Okay, that was kind of sitting in there for a while. He's waiting to get that off his chest.
Yeah.
Let's go, Tipster. This is good.
This is what you should be doing.
This is therapeutic, probably.
Yeah.
Dude. Drama.
Is it just me, or does he have the same speaking cadence as Muta when he is sped up? Only thing missing is the constant ladies and gentlemen.
So, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man.
The other situation was about Ava Chris Tyson. A lot of people on the left and in queer spaces, myself included, were defending Ava Chris Tyson because they were facing a lot of genuine transphobia. Now, during the course of that, some people had discovered that Ava Chris Tyson owned an art piece by a very controversial artist known as Shadman. If you're not familiar with Shadman, the dude's a fucking creep. He draws a lot of fucking art about like kids and sexual situations. It's not good. It's really fucking bad, okay? Now, when people asked me about that on a live stream, and when we talked about that on a live stream, my position on that was, yeah, it's a pretty bad look that Ava Chris Tyson owns Shadman art. Now, that doesn't sound like a bad take on the surface. And if that was all I said, that would be fine, right? That would be totally fine. But my stupid ass, that's not all I said. I then started to try and rationalize like the ownership of the art of maybe this particular art piece isn't that problematic. I even went as far as to try and compare it to like art based off of like the aesthetic of like Belle Delphine or something like that. It was stupid. It was really
Oh my God.
Okay, well, I mean, at least he's saying it was dumb, right?
Right.
fucking stupid. I can look at my
Right,
Right,
guys?
It's okay.
Yo.
myself in hindsight. I could look at that clip and say, you were a fucking moron for saying that.
He's
Okay,
like
you didn't have to say
raging.
that.
He's raging on himself though.
Yeah. I was, you were a fucking moron.
What the fuck, man?
Dude.
You could have still defended Ava Chris Tyson and the transphobia that they were facing at the time, while at the same time saying, yeah, it's kind of fucked that they support Shadman and they have that art. I don't condone that sort of thing. That's all I had to fucking say, right? Now, granted, later down the line, we found out some really fucked up shit about Ava Chris Tyson where nobody's defending Ava Chris Tyson anymore, but that's beside the point. And then the last one was the Vosh situation, okay? Vosh got into a little bit of heat over, Ethan Klein was criticizing some old clips of his. There was the porn leak, and there was some questionable art in that porn leak. And yeah, it was a really fucked situation. Bottom line in that situation, I did not have to get involved in that situation at all, okay? There was no reason whatsoever for me to insert myself in that situation, and I still fucking did it, okay? And I was really fucking stupid for doing that because not only did I get myself shit for that, but a friend that I legitimately cared a lot about, okay?
Ended up
inserting
over
themselves in
couples?
that situation, not just to defend Vosh, but also to defend myself, and they got shit for it too. And that is my fucking fault.
The friend? Is that Keffels?
Yes, Keffels.
What? I feel like you and Keffels equally interject yourself in the situation for the same reason.
Yeah, but he's taking the bullet for Keffels.
Oh
he's
my
a simp
god!
loser.
Why? I thought they don't like each other anymore.
I don't know. Keffels hasn't blocked on Blue Sky. I'm pretty sure,
What's up with that? I mean, why would he not just say Keffels? Keffels is a public content creator, unless he's talking about somebody else.
No, he's talking about Keffels.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. Well, I like. First of all, he says questionable art. There was not questionable art in there. There was no question about it. It was
Lolly.
animated
and
CP, right?
horse porn. Yeah.
And I don't think the problem necessarily is that you got involved in the conversation. It was that your contribution to the conversation was assisting Vosh,
Yes.
not condemning it, right?
Yeah.
I also got involved, or I mean, I wasn't because I was off the internet, right? But plenty of people got involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that because they were shitting on Vosh and calling him out, right?
Yeah.
So that's not the issue there, right? I mean, you're acting like I just shouldn't have said anything. It's like, well, sure, maybe, but you also, you could have said something if you wanted to. The problem is that your take was supporting Vosh.
Yeah.
You know, not condemning him. That's the issue there.
And I feel like shit for that to this fucking day, okay? So 3 situations that I'm most criticized for involving this stupid shit, and I can look in hindsight and say, that was really fucking stupid, all right? That was a stupid thing for me to fucking do, all right? But me and Bowblax in private conversation, we talked about this. And he wanted to know, like, why did you do this? And I explained to him, I can look at this in hindsight. I could take the L and say, I defended some things that I didn't need to defend. I inserted myself into some situations that I didn't need to insert myself into, which anybody who knows my history knows that was a bad habit of me. If I liked someone because they were a creator I enjoyed, or because they were a friend of mine or something like that, I always had a bad habit of inserting myself into situations that I didn't need to insert myself into. And these are 3 examples of things like that, okay? I did.
He's not telling the whole truth. Maybe he didn't learn the lesson. I mean, dude, Tipster's a lol cow.
Yeah. He won't
Understand,
learn anything.
we're watching a cow, right? We're watching 2 cows fight. Bowblax and Tipster are cows.
They're complete losers. They're just...
Obviously, they're both nuts and they're saying just random stupid shit. You know what I mean? These are not... I'm not watching like a Nick DiOrio segment, okay?
Yeah. This is just like they're butting heads. It's like 2 bulls just butting heads against each other. You're like...
Sometimes they're kind of just swinging like autistic monkeys, you know? Sometimes they're hitting. Sometimes they're missing.
Sometimes they fall on their ass while they swing.
Yeah, they're both morons, you know, that's what we're watching.
Did not need to insert myself into these situations. And I paid a hell of a price by doing so. I basically lost my career as a content creator. I lost my audience. I lost a lot of friends over this shit. Like, I made an ass of myself and I can own it. I was fucking stupid.
I lost my career as a content creator.
That's a big admission.
I thought he always just said that it was just like a hobby. It was for fun.
I mean, he's right though. It was the end of his career.
Yeah.
You know?
But I explained to him my rationale of this is why I did this. I was in this tunnel vision of really being frustrated with the pedo-jacketing that was going on, and it led me to dive onto some landmines that I didn't need to fucking dive on.
He's poured gasoline on the remains of Lowly Hill, and this is him tossing the match behind him.
He's like, I'm done.
This is actually very interesting to listen to him, though, finally address it. I think is this the first time he's addressed the Vosh stuff in video form?
I think he has, but it's usually as like just passing comments or whatever.
Yeah, I'm finally
Twitter.
hearing like a full response.
This is like a full response of everything compiled into one little segment.
This is very interesting for the Tipstorian lore, you know, followers out there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually enjoying this.
Also, we hit the goal. Let's go.
Yo, we hit the goal. Let's go.
Thank you, everyone.
Let's get a final end of stream goal. All right, end of stream goal.
Yep.
Let's do it. What are we doing now?
5.
Fucking end stream goal. Let's go. All right, let's keep watching this. Appreciate the support, everyone on the streams.
And he looked at that and he's like, I agree. You took some stupid positions, but I can at least understand where you were coming from. And the most important thing to me personally was he indicated that he didn't think I was a pedo, because some people try to call me a pedo because it's the whole Tipster's a lolly defender thing again. Tipster defends lolly. He doesn't think I'm a pedo, and he doesn't think I'm a lolicon, and he doesn't think I'm defending lolly. He just thinks I defended people that I cared about, and I just shouldn't have got involved, okay? That was very important to me, that he understood that. And I was like, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you actually understand where I'm coming from. And the moment I tweet something that he thinks is a jab at him in a negative...
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of my take, too. I don't really think Tipster's a pedo. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
obviously.
Yeah, I don't think that either. I just think he's just a dumbass who will just regurgitate anything that's, you know... Tipster is like just like AI, basically.
Yeah, the weird sus part is just that he gets so passionate about lolly. That's where it's like it turns over.
I mean, it's
a red
obviously
flag.
like a lot of red flags there.
Yeah,
but
we
not,
don't have anything where it's like he's a pedophile.
I don't really get the vibes that Tipster's like a fucking pedo guy or anything like that. You know, I just think he's basically just like Chat GPT. Like he just kind of will just spit out whatever.
Yeah,
you know.
just to hit the goal.
Thank you for that.
the
fucking way. It's a lighthearted joke, but he thinks it's a jab at him. Suddenly he goes back on all of that and, oh, you're just a lolly defender. So he's still doing the same dishonest shit that he's always done. The same dishonest shit he did with the conversation with me and Keffels. He's still at that shit again, right? With the Keffels conversation, he's telling me in private, everything's cool, he's fine, he's happy with the outcome. But publicly people are shitting on me and he's letting it happen. And he's playing into it about how I'm a backstabber and I did him so dirty and stuff like that. Meanwhile, he was telling me something completely different in private.
I mean, to be honest, though, what Tipster's saying, I'm almost more on Bowblax's side because none of what Bowblax said in this tweet is, like, owned by the fact that they had a conversation about this privately, is it?
Well, it would be, but I think actually Bowblax saves his ass here by adding accidentally in there because that is true, kind of.
Yeah, all Bowblax said is, LML, you never quit drama either until you started accidentally defending Lolly and everyone stopped watching your shit. That's still factually true. Even if they had a conversation about it, I don't really think Bowblax is saying something that he didn't also say privately.
Well, and what Tipster did say that is he thinks that Tipster did say that Bowblax privately said, I don't think you defended Lolly. That's Tipster's claim.
Yeah.
So Tipster's claiming in DMs, Bowblax told me, I don't think you defended Lolly. I think you just defended people you like.
Yeah.
And you looked stupid. But then he's publicly saying, you started accidentally defending Lolly. And Tipster's like,
I mean, that still seems consistent to me, though.
What, saying you did defend Lolly and you didn't defend Lolly?
Bowblax is saying he actually defended Lolly to defend people that he likes.
Yeah, I guess that's the stretch.
I feel like it's just, I feel like that's consistent.
It's a little bit,
I don't know.
It's a little bit semantics, I guess. I mean, I can see what Tipster's saying where it's like, well, I didn't accidentally defend Lolly. I accidentally defended people I liked.
This is such a cancer.
But I know it is, but that's what I'm saying.
This is such a cancer dispute.
Thank you for the content and for coming back.
Hey, no problem, man.
Yeah, someone said the two messages. That is consistent. It directly contradicts. They're like two messages.
Yeah, exactly. This is such like a cancerous argument where it's like both of them are kind of right, and they're just, this is why it's like a cow fight.
Yeah.
You know? They're both just swinging at each other, and they both have points, and they both look stupid. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing here. He's telling me in private, he thinks what I did was stupid, and I agree with him. And he's telling me, but I understand why you did it, and I don't think you're a lolicon or a lolly defender. I just think that you defended some people that you didn't.
Aiden is crying, can you check on him?
Aiden is crying. Well, I want to finish this first. Fucking Aiden's fucking soy. I'll check him out in a second.
Need to defend. Okay, fair enough, right? I agree. But then he comes out and publicly posts this shit. Fuck you, dude. You're still just as dishonest as you always were. Back when people called you out for your fucking dishonesty, you're still the same fucking guy. All right? Again, I was nice to this dude when I didn't fucking have to be. All right? I could have easily told him, fuck off, you're getting what you deserve, karma's a fucking bitch. But instead, I reached out to this guy, I made sure he was okay, I gave him a fucking ear to hear. I was even open to the possibility that maybe somewhere down the line, we can mend the bridge.
Flamenco and lyrics are more of a file than tip.
Wow.
I
don't know.
Definitely. Lyrics, what's the story there?
I don't know.
I mean, wasn't he like 17 or something? Or was he 19? I'm always told he was 17 or 19 when he liked a bunch of lolly. And then the defense is like, well, none of it was sexualized. But then I'm like, well, does it matter? I don't fucking know.
I haven't honestly read up on the lyrics PDF lore.
Yeah.
I know a little bit of it, but I'm probably like the same way Ethan knew about Bowblax. So it's like, didn't he do a kitty girl OnlyFans? It's like, that's just wrong.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, I know of it, but I don't really know.
It was very sexualized.
Yeah.
Well,
I have no idea. I mean, I'd have to watch it. We can get Lyrics on for a call. We'll review it with them.
We'll call Lyrics.
We'll review
Can you explain this? He's probably explained this like 80 times. I don't know. I need to see like what is the definitive like Lyrics confrontation?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure he's called like having him and like Mr. Sin like fucking beefed or something. Like it can't, where do I go to fucking figure this out?
Yeah, what is like his response or his like I'm sure there's a million. This has been done a million times.
Yeah, I'm sure this is like already like fucking like been debated. So where do I go to watch it?
Yeah.
And be cool again, right? But no, the moment I say anything that he thinks was something that was a personal attack at him, he goes back on everything he said in our private conversations. Fuck you, dude. And this whole, I'm not quitting drama. Look at this clip. So we have this tweet. I'm not quitting drama. I never said that.
I've blocked.
He can't be honest about anything. Look at this clip from his stream.
Oh my God.
I've blocked a lot of people on my Twitter just because I kind of don't want to do. Well, this has been a plan for a long time, even before the controversy, but I kind of, well, I was going to dabble in it a little more on Mayo Monkey, but essentially I'm kind of done with the drama streamer community. I've said all I kind of needed to say, and at this point I was just going to turn that whole, like, community, which is what I have been doing with Mayo Monkey, into kind of just, like, a comedic outlet.
What?
Or outlet.
I thought in the tweet you said you weren't quitting drama content. You never said that. What?
Shit. But people take that shit way too seriously, so.
He can't be honest about anything. Literally nothing.
Holy shit.
That is
Tipster's
actually
fucking going off.
This is a BTFO from Tipster here. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Bowblax is like, didn't you leave? Like, I'd never quit. But then his fucking like response to After Hours stream.
Yeah. Well, do you know his cope for that? His cope is that he's like, well, I'm into the drama streamer community. Like, I don't want to be held back by like the streamer community, as in you, Nick, Lyrics. Like,
he's
that's
basically saying in that clip, like, I don't want to cover like the same topics they cover. It's like, okay, well, have fun with less viewers. Like,
yeah, like, what does that even mean?
yeah.
Did you ever call out Tom and Nick or their sweeping of the fireman incident for Destiny, when Hassan would have been crucified for the same shit?
I think you said that on stream the other day.
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously I wasn't active during like that fucking time publicly, but
Yeah.
privately I argued with Nick like a bunch. I think I had at least 2 arguments with Nick privately during that time because I was like outraged. I was like seeing like everyone like fucking act like this was like a normal, oh, this is just a Destiny tag. It's actually, he's so smart and like well thought out or whatever, right? And I was like, I literally brought up that same talking point, I think, to Nick. I was like,
If
Destiny's
Hassan
worse
said
than
this-
Hassan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, privately I did, but that's also all I existed in at that point was in private
Yeah.
space. I would have done the same thing publicly. Actually, that sounds stupid. I would have done this, like...
I mean, but you did do it
I
privately.
mean, yeah, but I did, yeah. Well, I'm saying I would have done it publicly if I still existed, but...
I mean, if you were streaming, what would you have? I mean, yeah, I think
Yeah,
you would have said your
probably.
opinion if you were
Yeah.
live on air. That's not like a... I mean, it's not. You're not hindsight. You're
Armchair,
not
like-
hindsight Andying because your opinion actually was that at the time.
yeah.
Sen doesn't chkoff to kids, he chkoff to anime kids.
Yeah, Sin also has, like, some lolly stuff, too, right? Or age play, or was... I don't even know, dude. This is all just fucking...
It's so like much like it's what is it, a shitter commentary drama.
Yeah, I don't know. Show me like the fucking stream or whatever where they all debate this shit because I'm sure that's happened and I want to see it.
Yeah.
Literally fucking nothing. So I see this tweet, and honestly, I'm fucking mad. Like, I'm fucking furious at this shit. Like, I know a lot of people probably saw this tweet and thought it was an overreaction, but now knowing what you know behind the scenes and how nice I was to him and some of the conversations we had about this shit, I think now you can understand why I would be fucking furious about this, right? I said, this is why no one fucks with you anymore, Bowblax. You and I have had civil conversations since your drama in private. And even though I think there are valid criticisms to be had towards you, I actually spoke in support of you coming out as non-binary and even refused to engage in the pile-on of you doing sex work. Every time someone grants you even an ounce of goodwill, you find a way to fuck it up. And this is why, going forward, you will forever be a lolcow.
Holy shit.
I was probably one of the...
What? Imagine Tipster saying that.
I like the way he actually added the emphasis to it. You will forever be a lolcow.
I lolcow. Like Tipster damns you to
Yeah.
lolcow hell.
Wow.
only people to check on this guy after his leaks to make sure he was okay. And in return, he starts talking shit. Fuck off, dude. Literally, I was nice to him when I had no obligation to be nice to him. And in response, he shit in my face. Like, literally. Like, this was one of my comments, like, when the leaks happened, because everybody was shitting on...
I mean, it is Bowblax, like, totally spurking, right? All Tipster said was, like, have I been the first person to ever popularize, like, the I'm quitting drama excuse? Like, first it was Muda, then it was Bowblax, then it was this. That's a very tame comment.
It's
and
really not
Bowblax
that
saw
deep.
that and spurred the fuck out. I was like, well, at least I didn't fucking
Defend Lolly
fuck you,
and fuck
bitch. Even though they just had a conversation. Actually, I kind of do see where Tipster's like,
Are you fucking retarded?
yeah.
And he is.
on him for being a sex worker. Everybody was shitting on him for being non-binary. They were mocking him for these things. This is what I had to say about it. The problem with Bowblax leaks isn't that they're non-binary or doing sex work. The problem is they're a massive hypocrite. They spend a lot of time shitting on sex workers and queer people, and now they want to live this lifestyle and expect everyone to forget it. Here's some examples. This is them tweeting, Creator Class 3 now proudly sponsored by Hamas and the other OnlyFans. Shitting on people who do, Fansly or OnlyFans, sex work,
That's a stretch.
like what they do now. Respect tip.
Well, maybe. I don't know. It's shitting on...
I think what the joke is that it's comparing Hamas, comparing extremism and
yeah,
sex work.
I feel like that's a stretch.
That's a
like, he's not
stretch.
really shitting on sex work there.
Yeah.
Did you ever cover George Droid?
George Floyd?
I think there's a Twitter meme account called George Droid where it's just Floyd as like an AI robot.
Nice.
Tipster's new pronouns. Shitting on me because I had pronouns in bio.
Oh my god. Okay, this one's fucking gay.
That is new.
Respect making fun of Tipster's pronouns directly when now, like, you... Don't you have the same... it's your pronouns are he, him, she, her.
and bio.
Yeah.
Tipster's new pronouns are large/meal. That's directly shitting on his pronouns.
Wait, look, Bowblax even, like, highlights it too. He, him, they, them,
He's like,
right?
look at this.
He highlights, like, he uses they, them. Like, wow, that's fucking crazy. Highlighting the non-binary pronouns, which he now is... that we now know was his identity the whole time.
Yeah.
Now, you know, obviously they're out as non-binary. They're using the pronouns as well, which is fine. Obviously, I'm in support of those things. But like this is an example of how they have a history of shitting on people for this shit, but now they expect everybody to forget about all this now. The only women who will use this are uglies and OnlyFans hoes trying to promo.
OnlyFans hoes.
Dude.
Shitting on sex workers again, right? And then there's this one. Drunken High Bowblax versus Tipster's Titty Milk. This was a stream that they did where I was in support of Nominal Naomi. They were getting shit on by a bunch of alt-right freaks about like, you know, their trans identity and being a trans woman who's like, you know, got a child and they're like breastfeeding and shit like that. And they were like basically shitting on me for being supportive of Nominal Naomi. Okay. Another, you know, very outspoken, you know, trans advocate.
Well, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's just completely gross. I wonder what Bowblax's take is on Troon milk, though.
He probably loves it.
He probably wants to have a sip, you know?
He's like Tipster.
Like they want to live this lifestyle, right? And that's fine. You know, I'm not going to gatekeep and say like, you know, Bowblax isn't welcome in the LGBTQ community or anything like that. I think that's shitty. I'm not doing that. All I'm saying is you can't expect people to welcome you with open fucking arms after all the shitty things that you've done. Okay? You've been very, like, whether it was your intention or not, you've like fostered a lot of anti-queer like views in your community by doing a lot of this like content, shitting on, you know, people for like supporting queer causes or like labeling people like me who support trans people as just being chasers who are grifters and shit like that. Like this is something you did. This is shit. Like these are ideals that you fostered in your community, or intentionally or not. And like people don't just forget about that. They're not just gonna forget about that fucking overnight, my guy. And then this is the most recent one. This is the one where I get set it off the top where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk.
I think it's safe to say like, if Bowblax was like, if all this drama never happened, but if all this drama happened, but it was to somebody else, like if all this drama was like, if this was Chris the Narc instead of Bowblax would have covered Chris the Narc.
Bowblax's pronouns are crazy. Clearly a fetish.
Yeah. Like if it was Chris the Narc that like went ape shit, lied about BBD, like went crazy, was making fucking trans porn or something like that, Bowblax would be covering all of it.
Yeah, he would be going over every bit.
You know?
About this. Bowblax is upset that people are currently shaming their kinks and queer identity. Meanwhile, they are still out here shaming the kinks and queer identity of others. The hypocrisy never ends. I posted this tweet on the 31st, which was yesterday, 31st of January, at the time of this stream. And they had, my understanding is they had tweeted this, like at that time. So obviously here's this tweet, we saw it earlier, about them saying, I feel like I came out as non-binary at the worst time, in the worst way. So we won't go over that again. This is a conversation in the replies. I'm not questioning your gender identity. I'm questioning why you would post a thigh-high thirst trap without shaving your legs. Apparently, they had posted this on Instagram. I don't care. All right, like that's how they're choosing to express their gender. Whatever. I'll be honest. Like I don't fully understand this particular expression of non-binary gender identity. But at the end of the day, like non-binary is a very wide spectrum. A lot of people express their non-binary identity in various different ways. If this is how they're comfortable expressing their identity, fine. Okay, that whatever. You know, I don't have any issue with that. It wasn't meant to be a thirst trap. It's just what I'm wearing today, what you're jacking off in today. Why do y'all have to always talk about me in the sexual way?
You sexualized it, you freak.
Bro.
You sexualized it by my legs clamped together when I come. You fucking disgusting
freak. Why are you
freak.
sexualizing me so much?
My legs clamped together when I come.
Creepy.
You want to see what's under my skirt? Shows cock.
Yeah. Dude,
come on.
This is what he thinks like this is how he thinks like women interact with though. It's like women are like, oh, stop sexualizing me. This is creepy. Yeah. He's talking like this because he thinks that's how like women always talk. Yeah. Right?
Or understanding my gender, but the consistent sexualization is creepy.
You're creepy.
Guy with an
and you're
OnlyFans
weird.
complains
And
about
you're perverted.
Yeah.
Being sexualized, laughing my fucking ass off. Isn't this the same guy that got upset when Capel said that she was being sexually harassed by him, and he was like quote tweeting her on his throbbing horsecock account about how he wanted to like have sex with her and shit like that?
Oh
and how
wait,
she had,
that
like,
is true.
My god, dude, but another Tipster W.
Yeah, he was like, Keppel's cock is so much bigger than mine or something.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I want to fuck Keppel with my giant fucking horse cock.
This shit makes me sick.
Disgusting.
Massive fucking boobs and shit. I don't remember the exact tweets, but he was like tweeting some like genuinely like what the fuck stuff, dude, from that account towards Keppel's, and he got mad when she got uncomfortable with it. This is the same fucking guy.
Yeah, he got mad. He was like, "What do you mean? What are you upset about?"
Well, like obviously, like to not like what is it called? Hindsight, Andy. We did at the time say it was obviously a fucking joke, but so is when people are shitting on you. I mean, they're fucking busting your balls, even if it's like they're actually shitting on you. They're busting your balls. Oh, sorry, my bad. Correction. They're busting your balls. But yeah, I mean, it's the same exact thing. It's like, you deserve this. And you sexualize yourself because you're a weird pervert.
Dude.
Disgusting pervert.
Guy, right? Paradise for Animal J. Smith. A YouTuber who spent $14,000 on a realistic dog costume is now opening a zoo where people can become animals. If you're not familiar with the Animal J. Smith lore, Animal J.
Oh yeah, but this is about like shitting an Animal J. Smith yesterday.
Yes.
Smith was somebody who worked at Rainbow Passage. He was like a volunteer for Rainbow Passage, which is a LGBTQ plus charity. This is the same charity that Bowblax and his community attacked simply because I retweeted it. I'm not even joking. That's a real fucking thing that happened, all right? Now, there's valid criticism to have about Animal J. Smith. More specifically, he was found to be posting on Blue Sky questioning the legitimacy of some people's trans identity while also working for a charity that supports trans people. Not a good look. I think there's valid criticism to be had in that regard, and he probably shouldn't be working for an LGBTQ charity doing stuff like that, which is why he was removed from said charity, okay? So there's valid criticism to be had for the guy, but the whole, like, basically shitting on him for his kinks, while at the same time, you're, like, crying that people are shitting on you for your kinks and shitting on you for your queer identity, like, talk about hypocrisy.
Oh yeah, he did a whole stream like Rainbow Passage Donkey 911 RP director or whatever, right?
I was on that stream. That's what I mean. Like I shout on Animal J. Smith with Bowblax. And it's fine. I mean, I don't care that he shot Animal J. Smith, but now you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, you can't.
It's over for you. You're done.
This is actually okay. Tipster's like kind of completely fucking him in the ass
He's
here.
cooking him hard.
Hypocrisy. That's like an insane level of hypocrisy. So I tweeted this and I said, there's valid criticism to be had for Animal J. Smith, but this just ain't it. You're not doing yourself any favors, Bobby. I also said, just to be clear, I'm not fond of the kink shaming or queer identity shaming that's happening to Bowblax either. I obviously don't condone that sort of thing, nor will I engage in it. But they spent several months shaming these things in regards to myself and others, and now that this is their lifestyle too, they want everyone to forget it ever happened while also continuing to shit on others. Sorry, Josh, that's not how this works.
That's what feeds into the fact that it's a humiliation fetish, I think. It's because Josh knows that they're going to get shit for this. Like,
yeah.
Josh knows he's just going to get fucking bullied.
Exactly. It's like he just gives the most retarded takes. He says the most retarded shit. He's like, stop sexualizing me. I'm a victim. Oh, I came out at the wrong time. He knows everyone's going to be like, fuck you. You're gay. You're queer. You're fucking disgusting queer. He knows that's going to be like every reply.
Yeah.
You know?
He's done it himself.
Right.
So that's my problem with you, Bowblax, okay? Like, if you genuinely want to know, like, what my issue is with you now, I gave you so much grace. I showed you so much fucking empathy. I gave you the time of fucking day when you didn't deserve it. Quite frankly, let's just say it the way we should fucking say it. You didn't deserve my time. You didn't deserve my empathy. You didn't deserve me giving you any sympathy whatsoever. And I still did it anyway. You were a massive fucking dick to me, okay? And I was still nice to you. And your response was to shit on me and basically take back anything that you said to me in private, in our private conversations. You're a massive fucking hypocrite. You're a massive fucking snake. And it's no wonder nobody fucks with you anymore because of shit like this. You have learned nothing from this situation at all. And this is why you'll forever be alone. This is why forever no one will ever fuck with you again.
Holy shit.
Forever be alone?
Holy shit.
Damn.
Forever no one will fuck with you ever again.
Holy shit.
And I'm just done with you, dude. Like, the funny thing about it is, like, he had the nerve. Can I pull this up? He had the nerve the other day. I put out one of these tweets critical of him, and he had the nerve to like the fucking tweet. Can I pull this up? Because I know I sent it to somebody in a DM.
Yo!
But I don't know if I could actually pull it up. He had the nerve to like the tweet? Like, bro, fuck you. I don't need your fucking like. I don't need your approval of what I had to say. Let me see, open image in new tab. Can I do it like that? Allow.
Dude.
I don't know if that worked. No, it didn't work. I'm trying to bring up a screenshot where I put out this tweet being very critical of him. Here we go. I think this is the best way to do it. Hopefully I don't like leak DMs or anything like that. There we go. So I put out this tweet being critical of him with good reason. And he fucking likes it. Just silently likes it. Like, oh, good point, Tipster. Good point, dude. This is the same sort of thing he tried to do to me when he was trying to like buddy up to me when he didn't have anybody else the first time.
Dude, what the fuck,
what
man?
What a complete bitch.
This guy sucks.
Tipster just owned his ass.
Yeah, what?
Like, you know, unblocked me because he had me blocked when we had previous, like, you know, beef before. He, you know, is suddenly getting shit on by everybody else, so he doesn't have anybody else, so he unblocks me and he starts like liking tweets and stuff like that. And it's like his way of trying, hey man, you know, can we be buddies again? Like, is that what this is? Because no, I'm not fucking interested. I already gave you an opportunity to make amends. I already showed you support when you came out with your new queer identity. I already gave you an ear to hear. I was fucking nice to you, and you shit in my fucking face in response. So no, you don't get another chance. Fuck you.
Holy shit.
Anyway,
Dude.
I just got really frustrated about this, and I had to say something about it. So that's just, I didn't have any like real plan with this segment or like any like thoughts in my head of exactly what I wanted to say. I just wanted to vent my frustrations with like Bowblax is one of the fakest motherfuckers I have ever met in my fucking life.
Dude.
Fuck you, dude.
Holy shit.
I'm not gonna let you like weasel your way back in and we can be cool and shit again or whatever. No, fuck you. You're on your own. You made your bed, now fucking sleep in it. Asshole.
Dude.
Shit.
Holy shit, man.
Oh my
That is
gosh.
I want to hear his song. Dude.
Yeah. Okay. You tell him, Tip.
Pour
Go
one out
on.
for Daddy Tip. Well, that was Tipster, ladies and gentlemen. So
Wow. Round of applause. I mean, kind of a W
I
video.
got to admit, I mean, that was a pretty definitive Tipster W in the lolcow war.
Yeah.